Hello?
Hey, Clarence.
What's up, my guy?
Now, I need your help, bro. Remember that girl we saw at the club about a couple weeks ago?
You talking about Club Atrocious?
We was at Club Atrocious. Yeah. Now, remember the girl I hooked up with?
Hell no, you know I be drinking.
You don't remember? Okay. It was the girl that wore the legging dress. She had the natural quick weave.
Aquafina, nigga?
I knew you would know who I'm talking about. That's what I need your help with, man. She a great girl. I really like her. She cook, she clean, man, she cook a hell of a pot roast. But it's one problem, man. One major problem, Clarence. And I think you can help me. Remember the other girl that you used to hang out with, Shaniqua?
Fish fry, nigga?
Yes, the girl that smelled like burnt pickle juice. The reason I'm asking you is because she smelled like, bro, like I said, she is the perfect girl. But making love, it smelled like we making love to the back of a PS4. Man, I was hitting it last night and it smelled like dead fish, Clarence. What am I supposed to do with that, man?
Bro, just do what I did. I bought my girl a Steam.
A Steam?
From Colombian Exchange.
From Colombian Exchange?
Every time, it's fresh as a whistle, my guy.
How much is it, man? This sounds expensive, a Boom Steam.
Under a dub.
It's only around $20. Ooh, okay. Man, you know me, I'm cheap as hell. They got any discounts running or anything?
Get 25% off now.
25%?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm doing the math right now.
Add it up.
Clarence, man, you a lifesaver, and what I gotta do?
Oh, it come with easy to read instructions.
Oh, it come with instructions and everything?
For shit show.
I'm happy that you know to go to Colombian Exchange, order a Womb Steam, and I'll get 25% off of it. No promo code needed.
It's basically a miracle.
Damn, Clarence, you a lifesaver, man. Hey, let's meet on Friday for fantasy football. I know football over, but I can't let it go, Clarence. I can't let it go.
What's up, guys? This is Kyrie with White Rabbit Psychedelics, and I get a lot of questions of, you know, is it safe? You know, if I take a microdose capsule, will I go crazy? I'm a little weary. So I just wanted to do a quick little video on what happens when you take a pill, and just let you know that nothing crazy is going to happen. Nothing weird is going to happen. I got a capsule right here. This is pure grade A, you know, psilocybin. I'm going to take a capsule, and I'm going to just show you guys that just nothing can happen. Huh.
The claustrum is a really thin sheet of gray matter in the brain, tucked deep within each of the hemispheres of the brain.
Fred believes the claustrum's central location and shape suggest it regulates communication between the departments.
What happens next is that we seem to observe a radical change in the way that brain regions talk to each other. And it may be within this context that we're experiencing learning and a possible even rewiring of the circuits that govern our behavior. And it may be that it's that radical reorganization that allows people to encounter new psychological insights that they hadn't encountered before.
It's almost like they've seen this like kind of grand menu within their mind that they weren't aware of, that this greater number of possibilities that they can explore.
It's like reprogramming the operating system of a computer. You're getting down to very basic code level changes that can enduringly change someone going forward.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash turned you on to LSD. What was that like? Tell me a little about that.
Oh, how much time we got?
About a minute. But you can do a lot in a minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Okay, it took the fear of death away.
Really? That's a great
That's a big
answer.
one, yeah.
That's a great answer. But did it hold?
Yeah.
Do you have to keep taking it
Did
to
it
not
what,
be
it hurt?
scared? No, did it hold? Did the lack of fear, the losing
Oh,
the
yeah.
fear of death?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Once
So-
you've lost the fear of death, it doesn't matter.
How did it, what happened to you? How did that manifest?
Oh, my dear. Have you heard of the white light? Have you ever heard of that?
Only when I'm going into Jersey.
Well, I went into this place that was the white light, where everything's okay.
Well, I think that's worth
I think
taking. Yeah.
And I think it ought to be mandatory that all our politicians should do it at least once.
That now.
Man, peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. I wanted to do a late night reaction video, so guess what I did? A late night reaction video for the tribe, for the collective. This video is titled Modern Hoes. And the reason why I titled it that is because everything is transactional. I feel like it always has been transactional. I think a lot of people be late to the party, but as I look at life and life is getting real, I think we need to start truly examining our relationships, because like if we look at it from the model that was fed to us and then we try to replicate that model, it's not gonna fucking work. So I always feel fortunate to be exposed to pimps and hoes throughout my life, because they always presented a reality that I could see that was kind of counter culture. And growing up, these people were outside of the norm. They was in a space that most people was not in. See, most people that I knew, they was like in love or working a job and like really about the family. You walk in their house and you see pictures of everybody and shit. You like, oh, basketball games, football games, pizza parties and shit. Now it's just 30 Glocks and twerking parties. So sexy red. So in this world, we did a complete and 180 flip. And when you actually love a motherfucker for real, a human being, you have an emotional connection with them, it'd be hard because they don't understand family or love and dedication and what it takes, because something happened with these. I don't know. When they say Y2K or cell phones or technology, something the fuck happened in this world that the love got the fuck sucked out of it, bro. And you can't tell me anything different. So when I react to videos and I talk about relationship shit, I be coming from a different perspective, because this shit is crazy to me. And I'm not gonna act like it's normal, because I'm on the internet or some, for likes or clicks and shit like that. This is prostitution. And the thing about the prostitution that's taking place, y'all not getting paid for it. Y'all want it. And when I grew up and I seen the hoes and the pimps, they made a clear distinction on the sex that they would have versus the sex that they would never, ever have. When they seen people just having sex for free, for no reason, they'd be like, they stupid. But when the people that was going to work every day, seeing the pimp and the hoe having sex for money, they look at them, shake their head, and say, they stupid. Make it make sense. Somebody make that make sense. What world are we living in? So in the Matrix, they had the blue pill, the red pill. I just be coming with the white pill. You feel me? The microdose. You feel me? Because every step of the way, we got to have a conversation. And when you come into this shit with a set of values and determinations, you would be a fucking asshole. And people will be like, go ahead, girl, rock on with your bad self. And it's like, dog, your values is fucked. So when I react to videos and I discuss modern relationships and shit like that, it's one channel that's the Hood Mystic channel. You feel me? So I'm not gonna click live, invest in my channel, and then spit bullshit to niggas. I don't work too hard to build this shit up to just tell you something that is not. So with
No
that
hot
being,
garbage. No hot garbage.
yeah, no hot garbage, no rhetoric to get the people going. Sign up for my class, looking ass people. Incubator. I don't know what the fuck niggas be talking the fuck about, bro. They be lying to y'all, right? So on the late night edition, I figured the freaks come out at night type shit. So I could be real, and niggas will wake up, click this video. Like, what was Hood on last night? Some bullshit. Pure bullshit. Me and Serpent on some trash. So the first video I want to bring up, which prefaced this whole conversation, we trying to figure out, is modern dating centered in love or is it centered in prostitution? I wonder.
Reason, ever since I was young, I've seen dating as extra steps. I mean, when you really break it down, men have been socialized to be Johns and customers, and women have in some way, shape, or form been socialized to sell sex. But the only real difference in dating is that the man's outcome is optional while the woman's outcome is set in stone. If this goes down traditionally, what is the benefit that men get out of the situation that's guaranteed? Again, in a traditional sense, if this goes down correctly, she's not paying his way for anything. Not food, not a ticket, not an experience, nothing. There's no guarantee of romance. There's no guarantee of... There's not even really a guarantee of a second date.
He's right. That boy is right. But there's no guarantee that if she picks him, he's staying with her. That's the caveat in this situation. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
So I don't know about that sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all need to kill that shit. Like, y'all need to leave that in 2023. But the premise that he started off with, it's a certain dynamic, right? You either trying to get into a relationship, you in a relationship, or you trying to get out of a relationship, right? I want to talk about sustaining and growing and fulfilling God's purpose in your life through your relationship. So the beginning of finding somebody is God. The middle of your relationship is God. And if the relationship don't work out, guess what? God too. Now, let me preface and make it clear, when I say God, I'm referencing your soul, your divine spark, your ancestors, everything that makes you you. You was born alone. And in that, the question that I had earlier, like I was just asking myself, how does one get closer to God? Like, how does one know that God is real? And if I was to actually answer that question, it would be like, how they say, to master a skill, you got to take 10,000 hours to master physics or coding or some weird shit like that. I think God is the same way. And me personally, I feel like if it was hours, I for sure gave God my 10,000 hours of studying, whether it is all of the script from the Bible, Torah, Bhagavad the Gita, surrounding myself in damn bookstores, um, my whole life devoted to uncovering the mystery or the enigma of the soul. And for me, I can talk about it. It exists to me. And I can see it working in my life, attracting things, repelling things, protecting me from things, educating me, aligning me, putting me in the right place at the right time, so forth and so on. I give all glory and thanks to the soul for myself, you know. When Snoop Dogg achieved the Walk of Fame, and he said, first off, I want to thank me, right? That's the presence of God in your life. Because it ain't nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing tangible. It's intangible. But you got to work real hard to see it. And I say all of this to say, explain to me what's the reason for a girl that look halfway decent to put in the work to find God. I had to find God because
in a godless world, no less.
In a godless world that's money driven, beauty driven, you know, in the more subtle levels, you know, glamour spells, right? What is a glamour spell? It's when you around somebody and you think, oh, they look so good, they're so amazing, they look so sexy, right? And then that's not really the case for real. And only when you lock in and, you know, you get knee deep into the relationship, it's like that movie Shallow Hal, but reverse. So you got a lot of that going on where people think they so beautiful. They start believing themselves to be beautiful. And then everybody else got to believe that they beautiful. And they don't even be that beautiful for real. They be halfway decent. But that's the spell. And then you're not getting, your life you're not on the cover of Vogue or no shit like that. You know what I mean? You fucking got a few likes on IG or some shit. Like niggas in your DM like, damn, that ass fat, ma. That's it. But, you know, it's a perpetual Disney waiting for Prince Charming or some shit like that. And it's like, in this world, we got to really work to establish relationships. What you about to say, though?
Nah, I was actually just everything, agreeing with everything that you were saying. I was actually thinking about this same thing earlier today when I was editing some reels and shit. And the thing that came to mind to me is that how does a person who's never been taught how to be in a relationship actually say they want to be in a relationship, right? And then if you never had any real representations of what an actual true relationship was, right, throughout your life. Like I was raised in the hood, my nigga. Like a single parent, single mom, you know what I'm saying? And my whole idea of a real relationship came from maybe the grandparents I might have saw once or twice a year, or maybe an aunt and uncle who was married, you know, more than 5 years at a time, which is not many of those. And so you look outside to get a representation of a thing that you don't even have any instruction on it actually existing. And then you tell yourself that you actually want to be in that thing. But where are you getting that from, right? Like, where does that come from? Is that TV? You know, is that friendships? Is that just the idea of being with an individual or being with someone? Like, we don't have any real representations. Speaking for myself, I've never had any real representations of what a relationship was supposed to be and what the dynamics in a relationship were, let alone to even think about things like balance and emotional maturity or emotional intelligence, or, you know, being able to have tough conversations when you've never had an idea of what that even looked like, right? So like, everything that you said is exactly what I was thinking about today. Like, I just don't think it's anything other than prostitution, really, because now it's a matter of how much money you make, how much you're willing to put up, and if I actually have to go half and half with you, there's something wrong with you because we're going half and half, right? Like, there's no dynamic that exists where we can start from scratch together and build it up. No, it's like either you have this on the table when you come in, or that's it. That's weird, bro.
Quick on that 50-50 shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how y'all niggas be getting girls to give 50%? Like, what are y'all talking? Like, I be seeing it on the internet, like, oh, we would just want dudes to come with 50-50 or some shit like that. Like, I not even on I ain't no big baller or nothing like that. I'm just a regular guy. You know what I mean? And I never been presented with the opportunity of 50-50. I mean, 50-50 is a sign of true love. To me, like that's when you know for sure that a chick really love you. You know why I say that? Because she like, I want you to just have your money to ball out, right? Like, because I want to ball out too. So we going to put our 50 to these bills, and then we going to have that other 50 to do whatever the fuck we want to do. Because she want to go to Ulta Beauty, right? And I want to, you know, do whatever. You know what I mean? So why would a chick come in your life and say, spend all your bread facilitating everything, knowing you like a regular nigga? Because some of us got to be regular niggas in the world. I don't know why everybody is like, every nigga got a loft or some shit like that at Penthouse Suite. Just for instance, just say, like, you like a regular dude because you're a regular girl, right? Let's just hypotheticals, right? Why isn't 50? Why is 50-50? I never, and I'm only saying this because I'm on some broke nigga shit when I say I ain't never met a girl that wanted to do 50-50 on some real shit, like seriously. So I don't get the internet debate. Do you have a girl ever went 50-50 with you, like in a way where it's like, all right, sir, let's let the bills is 8, here go my 4, you know what I mean, or some shit like that, because that sound love.
I've only been in all honesty, my nigga, like I've only been in one real substantial relationship, and that was the relationship I had with my kid's mother, right? Now we talking 17 years, and out of 17 years, she might have worked 3, right? So my understanding and my idea of 50-50 was null and void. Like, I never thought about that. My idea was I didn't want my kids to be raised by nannies. I didn't want my kids to be raised by aunts and uncles. I didn't want my kids to be raised by other people and then be impressed so much upon that they forget who their parents were, right? So like, I threw away the idea of going to the clubs. I threw away the idea of being in the streets. I threw away the idea of, you know, being a hood nigga, right? Like, I totally went into the whole family dynamic. And within all of that, I never really thought about her giving me half of whatever it is that she had, because my whole idea, I was supposed to be the provider. You understand? Right. And even though I was struggling trying to be that provider, I was still way more content with being the sole provider than saying, hey, shit is fucked up right now. You need to go do something to help me out. Now, maybe if I was emotionally mature enough to be able to broach that subject and have that conversation, I might have brought it up. You know what I'm saying? But because I felt like I was playing from behind the 8 ball, you know, like I always thought like I had to do that much more in order for me to play my role, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's real normal. That since like it made me want to when you were speaking earlier about not having no role models or no actual examples of what a relationship is. And for me, I didn't never have that either. And even being married, I still didn't have that, right? Chicks, I still never, just because you're in a relationship don't mean you have the tools to be successful in that relationship. And for me this year, in just developing a closer relationship with God and really seeing and hearing and like keeping my ears open and saying like, oh, that's what it was talking about. Like, nah, your woman's supposed to help you. That's of God. Like, and she should delight in that. She should think about that. That's of God. Now, if your chick is with you and she like that's Serpent over there, and I'm Charmaine over here, Serpent, even though Serpent is taking care of me, I'm taking care of me too, right? And it's weird. And then you're in an emotional vortex because we're not emotionally intelligent because we're not even taught how to become emotionally intelligent. Like it's a specific parameter, rule book, playbook on how to become emotionally intelligent as a Black man, especially if you don't have supportive family or friends, right? You can master that, you can understand that, but who's being taught that for real? So we are behind the 8 ball, especially in our relationships, especially when we trying to date. But I'm also going to click live and start this live stream and do all of that because I know the solution, right? The solution is finding God within yourself and attracting and magnetizing either nothing or something, right? Because sometimes you don't need a fucking body. Especially if ain't nobody around you, that's where God wants you to be. But also you can do the aesthetics, you could pray, you could call out, you could read Bible verses, you could light candles and burn herbs, you can be in your vibe and things will manifest for you, right? Or don't, you feel me? But it's just like there is a way. But say for instance, you got a way and you attract a shorty, what we gonna do? We gonna stop doing this shit because now we weird in front of her. Oh, what's that candle? Oh, I'm not into that. Like, yeah, but this is how you got here. What you mean you ain't into that? What you mean? You gotta then educate. Because it's all God, it's all spiritual, it's all spell work. And why would you be doing spell work connecting to God? Either you're gonna learn God through time and it's gonna bring a relationship in your life that's going to display what God is. That's how God is going to show himself. And he not going to show himself with money because God don't even understand money. He don't get that. He don't. That's like fucking in the Bible. We were talking counting your sheep and your donkeys and shit like that. And you pray for some money and he give you fucking 1,000 donkeys. What the fuck you gonna say? Oh, thanks, God. I'm gonna fucking put these donkeys, nigga. Fucking wild donkeys running around the streets of Detroit, and God gave you money because God think money is donkeys, nigga. What the fuck? God don't know what money is. That's man-made. God give you love.
Facts. If you were born in a situation of abundance, I mean, you are abundant, right? Like you come from an abundant. Yeah. So if we take it just on the context of what the brothers are saying in the video, right? Like one of the biggest things that I always look for when I watch these videos, is who's the first person to talk about benefits, right? It's exactly what you're pointing to with this whole prostitution thing, because everything is about what benefits me, right? And if the idea of getting into a relationship and you know, creating that perfect union with another being, right? If the idea is that, then the benefit is not something that you want to talk about beforehand. That's something that you want to build to, right? Because if you're already talking about your benefit in the beginning, and instead of just saying you look up and you meet that special person that gives you the benefit instantly, right? Now what happens? Right? Now you got everything that you said that you wanted. Now what happens? Right? Because we're talking about adults at the end of the day. So as an adult, it is your responsibility to 100% take care of yourself, right? Not, let me find this person so they can take half of this stuff off of me.
But that's where we fuck up at.
It is your responsibility as an adult to take care of yourself. Period.
But did you start fucking when you was an adult?
Huh?
Did you start fucking when you was an adult?
Yeah. Yeah.
You wasn't fucking when you was 16, 17, 18?
No, yeah, 16 was my first time.
Right. We was kids. So that bridge from that imprint, like kids is fucking, right? But that imprint, you don't grow from that imprint unless you like really step away, like unless you have real guidance, right? And that's really what you look at the landscape when you just kind of sit alone and you like, all right, how I'm gonna start a relationship. And then you go into some shit and it's like, well, if it worked for me, and there's no structure, no standards. And that's you say 70% of divorces by like 50% of divorces or 50% of marriages end in divorce, right? Why?
You was right the first time, 70. You was right.
But why though? Because if it's just random, if it's based upon how it makes me feel and this, that, and the third, and what you said earlier, you remember grandma, grandfather, you know, you walk in the house and she got all of her sons up on the mantle and things like that. You know, how you gonna build that in this day and age? She about the door, she feels, and I understand, like, I don't want to put nobody in a toxic situation where it's like forcing somebody to be in a relationship or no shit like that. I'm talking about conflict resolution. I'm talking about living for the kingdom, finding God within yourself. Like you said, it's an adult. So I shouldn't be your source of happiness and joy. God should be that. You should be able to share that with me the same way as I'm able to share that with you. If God bless me with money, I got to share that with my family. That's why I keep blessing me, because I'm thinking about other people at all. Like, I don't even think about me. You know what I'm saying? I got to like really force myself to get me some shit. You know what I mean? But that's okay though, because it's like I said, it's a solution to the problem in the dating world. And I challenge anybody who just selfish and me in their relationship. You a stinking ass bitch, and you need to stop that shit. You need to stop and learn how to love that man. You need to just stop. Stop the bullshit and get up under him and figure out how to love him. Especially if y'all got kids together, y'all married, because guess what your emotions is going to do? Your emotions is going to start playing tricks on you, and you're going to start hating this nigga. I guarantee you're going to start hating this nigga. And everything he do, what he do, girl, he went to work. He work all the time. Well, why he working? To support our lifestyle. Okay. He working 2 jobs to support us. Ain't that admirable what you doing when you get home? Giving them more hell because I missed them all day, right? And then listen,
not the Glock 3000. She gonna give him hell.
No, she's not gonna give him no head and no dinner and have him a hot towel ready to massage his back. massage his thighs because he been on his feet all day.
Mm-hmm.
She going to be like, oh, I had to deal with these kids all fucking day. These kids, let me tell you about these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what's going to happen. Kids was at school all day, though, right? Kids was at school for 8 hours, right? She was with the kids for 2 hours, but how was your day, babe? The kids, let me tell you about these kids. They will not eat their food. I tried to feed him chicken nuggets, and he wouldn't eat the chicken nuggets, so I had to give him a pizza. And it's like, okay, how was your day, babe? You start getting into your day, she's like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, she might doze off and go to sleep while you talking.
Yeah, if you even get that. So I understand it's going to happen in your relationship. If you basic, you don't got no pimping in you, you don't got no game in you, you coming straight forward like I'm going to love you, girl, and we going to raise this family and we going to live a good life, you're fucked. Because that ain't no standard, that ain't no rules, that ain't, and the kingdom don't say that. Nowhere, grandma and grandpa didn't get down like that. They didn't build a relationship based on I'm going to love you and I'm going to take you shopping and I'm going to do everything that's going to make you happy. I'm going to buy you this. And that ain't how it happened. 10 times out of 10, motherfuckers was working and paying the bills, making sure that motherfucking debts was paid. That's how motherfuckers had the houses. Motherfuckers didn't give black people houses in the fucking 40s and the 30s and the 50s. Motherfuckers didn't
we was
give
redlined out of that, remember? We was redlined out of that.
Listen, remember redlining? We had to fucking work on our motherfucking hands and feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know my grandmother.
They gave them niggas the option to be $5 Indians just so they could get them their land and they houses.
Yeah, we ain't have that. We ain't have that luxury. I remember I used to drive around in Ohio for this chlorine company, and I would go to like these cities, these just West bumfuck towns, right? And it would be a water plant, and it'd just be just a bunch of white people working at the water plant. You feel me? And mind, I'd just be just thinking like, man, what the fuck? You know, just the whole city, and they just got jobs and shit. And I'm just like, man, how the fuck you get this job, man? How everybody just, roller bearing companies and just company after company after company and factory after factory, and it's just all white people. And I'm like, yeah, this is real racism. And right now it's called drive around outside of the major city that you live in and see all of the white people living in a whole different dimension than your black ass. In a whole different dimension. They like the shit that we talk about, the shit that we go through is not what they go through. They live in a whole other space and time. So
yeah, they can't relate at all.
Nah, and we can't relate to them.
Nope.
So it's like, I say all of that to say, man, it is a way for us to become successful in our relationships, but it ain't going to be paying the way and fulfilling a Disney fantasy. Let's look at some more videos, see what we got.
Yeah. So apparently Jasmine is a perfume freak.
Let me preface this one. So remember what I said about the this is more or less into buying shit. You understand? Like buying materialists, like the shit that we gotta do, the shit that some niggas do. And I just want you to think about it, like, for what? You know what I mean? Or if the shoe was on the other foot, you would think this shit would happen to a nigga like you. But I'm just I was just
I
waiting
had a
for that
Martin
last.
flashback.
Yeah,
I had a
I
Martin
was waiting
flashback.
for that last part because it's like, now you the man.
I swear I just had a Martin flashback. I thought I was in Martin for a second. Oh man.
Now you the man. But it's like, I just remember just being in this energy where it's like you gotta do something for the girl to make her happy, to make her love you. And it's like people will say, like, well, you just not gonna do nothing for your girl. I think that I would do things every single day. Like my whole expression would be generosity, right? But not
Openness.
intentionally. Yeah, not intentionally, and not to feel like I'm the man. I think like from the get-go, from the jump, it have to be a natural, organic flow to her wanting to learn from you.
Like
Her
a
wanting
natural
to,
progression. Like a natural
yeah.
progression.
Say for instance, she want to learn from you, right? And you teach, and she learns, and she applies the knowledge. That's love. That's how love will plant itself and grow. Say for instance, you want a nigga to buy you shit. You feel me? That's different, you know? And I understand, like I didn't listen, I can be in a relationship and admit that, like, damn, a relationship that I was trying to create with my ego is never gonna work. Cause nigga, you know how hard it is to be a good guy. You know that being a good guy is not what God always wants you to be. God don't always want you to be a good guy, but your ego says be a good guy, so your wife will love you and all this type of shit. That ain't how it even work. I'm like, damn.
Bro. That reminds me that I used to feel that way because my lady loved Coach bags, right? Now these fucking bags was nothing less than $200-300, right? So I would take a third of a paycheck and go get her a bag almost every other month, right? Every couple months, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I always felt better buying her the bag than I did anything else. Because I knew this was something that she really fucking wanted. And at the same time, that makes me think about one of your reels from earlier in the week where you talk about rewarding bad behavior. And I never required much from her, right? Like she was just able to just be, bro. And I spent most of my time stressing and trying to figure out and put things together and, you know, line things up and all that. But I never stressed her. She was at home with the kids all the time. So I just let her be. And I concerned myself with all of the stress, right? So like looking back, I could probably say, yeah, like a lot of those bags probably came across like psychologically me rewarding bad behavior because I never required her to do anything.
Right. And that is the ego's way of fucking your life up, you know? It's detrimental to black men to not follow God. And if you have a way of being and a way of living and a way of existing that is in order with your soul, like for me, it would be like, you know, sitting at the river and meditating. Guess if my shorty can't sit at the river and meditate with me, God didn't put her in my life. But if I didn't do that by myself, I wouldn't, like you got to do both. You feel me? You got to put in the work, and then when shorty come in your life, you got to be like, all right, now we about to do this. If she be like, nah, we about to do this, then you say, okay, respectfully, Goddess Queen Hotep, peace be unto you. Whatever the fuck you want, go get it.
Go get it.
Do it. I'm gonna be at this river gaining peace.
Facts.
I'm gonna be out in these woods. I'm gonna be out doing in that. And it's not to say like your shorty need to be lockstep with you, but in reality, kind of yeah. Because the reality is this, right? You a dude. I'm gonna tell you, if you got a 9 to 5 and you dating a chick, she probably cheating on you. She know your schedule.
Yep.
She know when you at work, nigga. And when you at work, she if she not getting dug out, she could. And you think it don't cross her mind? Nah, this is masculine mental hysteria going on. I ain't like it's almost
that shit is psychological masturbation right there, bro.
Yeah, it's almost like you dating a nigga. So you gotta almost think like how a nigga would think type shit. And if you got a 9 to 5 and she know you got a 9 to 5 or you working like you second shift, third shift, you might as well forget it, bro. You might as well cancel Christmas because she know you gonna be at that job all night long. She ain't used to that. So
yeah, you got to think about those days, right? Those long days and those days in between when you guys are actually having sex. Those days in between when you guys actually want to have sex, right? And then you have to think about all of the fights, right? Every time y'all argue and y'all get into it and she say some shit and you say some shit and yeah, you don't think those things cross her mind? Like, I watched a video with the young lady earlier that said, you know, women cheat better because they put more effort into it.
Yeah.
You know, like a woman would literally time her shit out to 10, 15 minutes, how she could get over to the nigga crib, how he could bang it out, hit that spot real quick. She could come right back to the house, shower, change, and jump right back into her regular routine right before you even get to the crib.
Treacherous.
Wait before you even get to the crib.
And you had none the wiser because you was busy doing what you needed to do. So my thing will always be like this, right? If you got purpose, God gave you a vision, God gave you a purpose. If God give you a vision, God give you a purpose, it's going to be hard for you to sleep. It's going to be hard for you to do anything. Even if you got a job, you're going to be, any free time you get, you're going to be on your purpose. You're going to be achieving your vision. A woman sees you with a God-given purpose, God-given vision that she bear witness to. She's seen you speak to people. She's seen you conduct, and she's seen you exhibit God's purpose and vision in your life. She don't help you. She's not for you. So in these contexts where it's a lot of gray area or it could be whatever I want the relationship to be. It's like you know, a smorgasbord of shit. You know, it could be like this and that and this and that. And it's like, no. When you have lived as long as I did, you also seen people live longer than me. Like, and it don't ever get better. That rhetoric, it never resolve itself. You know how motherfuckers say, if you just keep it, it'll be a brighter day. Every cloud got a silver lining and shit. No. Wrong answer. That shit is treacherous. That shit, you would end up in situations and circumstances and just the mental anxiety to be an older person that ain't dead, but gotta live. Say for instance, you 60 and you gonna live to you 80. That's 20 years. If you had to do 20 years in jail, nigga, you would be crying over that shit. But that's a long time that you have to live with the decisions that you making in your 20s and 30s, thinking that God ain't real until you fucking 60. And it ain't even like you ain't about to get nothing. Ain't nothing about to happen. You're just 60. Just looking in the mirror. You ain't even gonna die. You're gonna live for 20 years. Just existed.
Just wallowing in your own pity.
I've seen that, bro. I've seen that like with my own eyes.
I see it every day. You know, I work with the homeless, my nigga. Like I see it every day. Every single one of them got the same story that they woman kicked them out and they lost everything. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's all across the board, bro.
And ain't nobody coming to save them, bro. Nobody coming to save them. That's why I say, like, you gotta be a young person and you gotta really start believing in God, bro. You really gotta start reading the Bible, start understanding the Bible, because you think that you're gonna get older and things is gonna just like magically open up in the sky and it's gonna be rainbows and shit. Dog, this world, it relies on entropy. It get worse over time. So as the world gets worse, we need more order. We need more structure. We need God more than ever. But you can't have God and then have the ego say, well, I want it my way too, though. You know, so it's like, I want to be with a nigga that do this and do that and do this and do that and do this and do that. Are you going, no, I want you to help that man. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about any women that's having sex with a guy. I want you to help that man to your fucking heart. Like I want you to help him fulfill his vision for life. Or stop giving him the pussy then. Because what the, like, this
one
is
or
the
the
problem.
other. One or the other. Like, if you're not going to pour into that man, let go.
Just
let go.
Just leave him. Make sure he's happy when he sees you. Make sure that, you know, it ain't no mystery in the emotional connection. Not the emotional attachment, the emotional connection. But let's go into this next video, see what we got.
Okay, all I'm saying is you do not have as many options as you say you do. Because if you had so many options, then why are you still single? If you had so many options, why are you still in front of this man trying to prove to him that you have so many options? Trying to throw in a man's face, say, oh, this ball player be in my DMs. Oh, this man with money be in my DMs. He be trying to talk to me. Baby, those are not options. Those are men that want to sleep with you. Those are two different categories, okay? And whether you know it or not, throwing in a man's face that other men want you does not make him more attracted to you. So if you have a trying man, take heed to that, because what you are being delusional about these other people actually wanting you and wanting to court you and wanting to build with you is very unrealistic and it's very delusional. I don't mean this in no type of way, but what I'm saying is this imaginary unicorn man that you're looking for is not there. So do you have options? Sure, you have options to go sleep with a whole bunch of different men, but you not have options like you think you do as far as somebody taking care of you, somebody loving you, somebody appreciating you. It's not the same.
Damn. She was cooking lightweight, bro.
Yeah.
She was
cooking.
She said you might have some Dak in the lineup, but Dak and Love don't exist. But you know, you got the modern whole culture that be like, you know, I'll take some good Dak over being with a broke ass nigga because I can make my own money myself. But I'm talking, that's the spirit of hoe. That's like, because I grew up around hoes, bro. Like, I know some hoes from like just families of hoes. Like, you know, just like shit'll blow your mind. It's normal now. I remember my brain like about to explode, just living how they just will operate, you know, just pay for play, that type of deal, you know, because you could still go anywhere and mac on a girl and get her number, go to the mall and stuff like that. But peep how you can't do that now.
No.
people say you can't
No.
just approach a girl now. Why?
Yeah,
Because
it's weird. It's weird for you to walk up to a girl now.
because they hoes. They pay for play. They still having sex, still having babies, still at L&D, labor and delivery,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't approach. But see, the modern hoe is a weird variation of a hoe. She's the type of hoe that don't value the sex in general. Like they'll have a boyfriend per se, and just give them free reign, right? See their boyfriend, their man or whatever. Then they break up with their boyfriend. Might have a kid with their boyfriend, but that's just their ex. That's whole shit. Why? Because grandma, great grandma didn't have an ex-boyfriend. They had grandpa. That was their boyfriend, husband, baby daddy, everything and all thing. Probably, they might have had a high school sweetheart, but that wasn't the thing that made Black people have the highest marriage rate in the 40s down to the lowest rate in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So just I don't know.
Think about this. Let's add this to this. Right? The commonality from the 60s and 70s is the term that you used to always hear was, my daddy went to the store for some cigarettes and never came back.
Facts.
Remember those? Or my daddy went to the store to get some milk and I ain't never seen him again.
My kids say that all the time. Daddy, where you going to get some cigarettes?
I know that's 7.
7 and Azor, they love that little. I'll be wondering where they got it from. I'll be like, they be so in tune with their past lives. That shit be killing me.
But yeah, we talking about broken men, bro. We talking about men that were doing exactly what we're describing and got broken by the system, bro. Right? Now, think about this dynamic. If this is going on back then, where you go to work and get called a nigga your whole time at work, get treated like shit your whole time at work, and when you in the street, and when you in public transportation, and then when you get home, you got to be this great big thing for your entire family, even though you've been getting knocked down all fucking day. Eventually, them brothers just got to a point where they were just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
And then, I mean, I don't even know. I can say, I know that it's like successful Black families throughout time, right? Whatever time, you always gonna find a successful Black family, right? But then I start to think like how I grew up, where the niggas, like when I grew up in the 80s, in the late 80s, early 90s, them niggas did not stand a chance, bro. Like them niggas was either gonna smoke crack or go to jail. Like I'll give you an example. My uncle rather, he was working at a motherfucking bank. He was like a, you know what I'm saying, a fucking manager.
A regional manager?
They had his shit together, bro. Like had his shit together. Lost it all smoking crack, bro. But it wasn't even like a tragedy. That shit just normal. That shit was normal in the 90s. Like crack took managers to motherfucking beggars like that. And if the niggas wasn't smoking crack, they was gangsters for sure.
They was sniffing coke. It was
PCP, like all of that. Like and of course it was Black families that held the net together but no, growing up in the hood in the 90s and what crack did, it fucked it up, bro. So once again, that put a whole bunch of niggas in jail cells in the morgue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women had to fend for themselves. That's the birth of what we have today. Like Gen X moms and dads having millennial kids that don't have no dads, because the Gen X man, bro, was on crack. Nobody ever gonna say that or talk
Nobody
about
gonna
that.
say that.
Nobody
gonna say that.
But
and a good portion of the baby boomers was born on crack.
They kind of like
a lot of the kids I went to school with in public school niggas was crack babies, bro. This is a fact.
You're talking about the millennials.
Yeah, the millennials. That's the baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer. I was born in '79.
You're a baby boomer. My mom is a Gen X. So like Gen X's had millennials, right? But Gen X men was crackheads. Baby boomers, they kind of was the niggas who kind of
the progenitors. They were the progenitors.
They was like the Tukey Williams and shit like that. They was still like fighting. You know what I mean? They would be gay.
The Debos.
Yeah, the Debos. You know what I'm saying? Beat your ass type of shit. But then the millennials came with them damn guns.
Yeah, because we not fighting no more. Them niggas said we not fighting no more.
Millennials was scared to get their ass whooped. For real. The millennials just was so afraid of getting their fucking ass whooped, bro. And then being afraid of not getting your ass whooped led to these fucking now Gen Zs, like they ain't even like they afraid. It's just like not gonna happen. They're gonna shoot.
Because they're not even gonna engage. They're not even gonna engage with you.
They don't even know how to fight. They don't even go to the gym unless it's to pick up a gun. They be doing gun drills. That's what Gen Zs do now. Like, this shit's wild. But yeah, just to say, like, the reason why I can see the normalization of whole culture is because the men wasn't there, because the men was either dead and in jail. Like, and I know that there's like, I'm always give that preface or that caveat, because if it wasn't for strong Black families, I don't think it would be no institutions for us to speak of. But there have always been strong Black families. But if niggas don't bear witness to that crack era, that crack epidemic, then you would never even understand why shit is fucked up now.
Yeah, like if you add gangster rap to that, then we out of this world now, right?
Yeah.
You add gangster rap to the crack music.
It's all one and the same, really.
Yeah, because bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, right?
What is that, like? Self-defeating music. It's like it's like hearing Garth Brooks and Travis Tritt do a diss track on one another. Like, Garth, you a motherfucking bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna come with the F-150 and light your ass up. Never have, but Black people, we kind of normalize it to kind of like hate each other and pull each other down through the music. But you also see it like, that be the thing about like, when people talk about like Black people, we got to stick together. But it's like, if you ever went to a Black school, you know that these niggas is treacherous. Like, you like these niggas don't give a fuck, bro. Like, why am I unite these niggas, man? These niggas, like, which ones? Like, I know Black people.
And it's a disingenuous narrative, right? Because even when we were all in tribes, the tribes were warring, right? Yeah, there was no such thing as one whole thing, like everybody was under one umbrella. Nah, everybody did their own fucking thing. If you was from the east side, you didn't fuck with the niggas from the west side. If you was from the north side, you ain't fuck with the niggas from the south side. Like this idea that this unity thing and we all need to come. Like, this is something that has never been.
Right. But that's how like it's divide and conquer, right? Because like even that aspect of it, at least it was tribes. Now
At least it was tribes.
Now it ain't even no fucking tribes. Now motherfuckers gotta fend for themselves. And now motherfucker, imagine you gotta fend for yourself and go on a date. I couldn't imagine, bro. Cause now you is like, she all about what you gonna do for her. That was the seed. It been germinated, flowered, blossomed into what you can do for her. To the point that if you can't do anything for her, she probably won't even see you as a man. So
no, she don't see you as a man. She don't.
What you gonna do?
In all honesty, you like you said, we are starting from behind the 8 ball already. And then you get to a place where, you know, you just want to meet somebody and try and create a connection and maybe see if there's some level of intention and intimacy, possibly. Like, for you, before you even get to that point, you got to drop a few bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna have to make that make sense for me. Like, that math don't math for me. So if I'm not coming out my pocket right away, I don't even stand a chance. And that already takes me out of the conversation. And if I do put the money down, and then I ask for something in return, I'm wrong.
Nah, you just listen, that's like rewarding bad behavior. Why that's like psychologically the number one thing. Because if you know you just like you can take care of yourself, you might can do a little bit more extra than take care of yourself. And you meet a chick and she like, all right, I want you to do for me. All right, I want you to do for me. All right, I want you to do for me, do for me, do for me, do for me, do for me. Long term, you ain't got shit. But that's the problem with rewarding bad behavior and not even having no standards or even understanding your purpose or what should happen in the dynamics of a relationship. Because now you just dating a chick and she's like, I just want you to do things for me. Like, that's the nature of the relationship. And a nigga just want to be in a relationship so bad or just want some pussy so bad or afraid to lose the chick so bad that he will cave to the bullshit.
He will take anything, bro.
Just do it.
He will take anything. Think about the overweight nigga with a small dick, right? Oh, he is done for, right? Like, I mean, where is direction for him, right? Especially if there's no God in his life, right? Like, everything is going to be based off of what he can do elsewhere and he's going to be in a position where he's going to have to he'll find himself overcompensating just to try and make up for the shortcomings that he feels he has physically within himself.
What if he's short, got a little dick, and he ain't got no money, and he want a woman?
He gonna kill himself.
He ain't shit he can do. Ain't shit he can do. That's when you start. That's like if you in a fucked up position as a man. Don't go to your mom. Don't go to your dad. Don't go to your girl. Don't go to your friends. Go to fucking God, nigga.
Get it out the mud, nigga.
Get it out the fucking mud. Pray that God give you some direction in your motherfucking life. You might get a fucking bullshit ass job, but that's your job, nigga. That's what God gave that to you, nigga. Take that. You can save, nigga. Any nigga working can save. Cause a nigga can eat ramen noodles every motherfucking day and be satisfied with that. Save your fucking money. Keep following God. That's all you need, bro. You get into a relationship, your girl want to do this, she want to do that, and it don't even matter. It could be anything, bro. You want to take your girl on a trip, The only thing about those trips, that shit mad expensive. So you might even just think, all right, I'm gonna just spend this when I go on a trip. Yeah. You out of that like more than you thought. But you like, how you, is it a good trip? Yeah. That shit over. Your money gone.
Gone.
You
Now you
ain't
gotta go back.
going
Now you gotta go back to reality.
Go back to the fucking projects. You motherfucker, like, what the fuck? Cause you just in a fucking delusion. You ain't
It's a never-ending cycle, big bro. It's a
you ain't
never-ending
gonna
cycle.
never make a woman happy. You ain't gonna never make a woman happy. You can
If your goal or your intention is to make her happy, you already failed.
Because what is happiness in the moment? It's like you can't do that. If she don't understand, she on a mission from God too.
Happiness is a personal and singular responsibility. That is your responsibility. Just like peace is your responsibility. Like you're not supposed to search for nobody for peace. You're not supposed to search for nobody for happiness. You're not supposed to search for nobody to remind you of God. Like all of those things that you are supposed to have already coming into a relationship. But 9 times out of 10, we are backwards, or we're not taught at all, and we're doing it backwards. We're going for the sex first. We're going for the tiny thing first, and then after that, after you do all of that, and then you realize that's not actually what you really wanted or needed. Now we're going to reassess the situation and try to, like, it's insanity, really. It's really insanity, big bro.
Yeah, it's crazy out here. I don't know how y'all niggas do it.
I just want to know, why is it considered a threesome when a man sleep with 2 women?
Right.
But when a girl want to sleep with 2 men, it's a train.
A train.
Why it can't be a threesome? 2 plus 1 is 3.
Why y'all gotta change up the terms? It don't make no sense.
It never added up. All of a sudden, oh, you want a train. All of a sudden,
You want 2 niggas fucking you?
all of a sudden, I look at you different. I don't even know. What's wrong though? What's the problem? I just want to know what's the problem.
What's the problem when you wanted to do it?
Oh my god! I think they call it a train when it's 2 guys because it's 2 schlongs, right? I'm just saying, right? Because it's 2 schlongs, right? 2 sausages. I'm gonna let you go first on that, big bro. I'm sorry.
The difference between a threesome and a train is, of course, the logical 2 men is a train, 2 women is a threesome because of this and this alone. If a woman wanted to walk outside and say, I want 2 niggas to fuck me today, she could probably make that shit happen. If I go outside and say, I want 2 bitches to fuck me today, that's gonna be a harder ask. So a threesome for a guy is like a crowning achievement of ism, of he got some money about him, right place, right time. He a cool ass nigga. Like something about him. He that guy. He's Timothy. You feel me? Whatever. He can accomplish a threesome, and then a threesome, you got to be able to, operate and organize through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, now you sit on the face. You rock like you gotta be with it, right? Now, a chick, on the other hand, getting you know, she fulfilling a fantasy of some sort, right, or whatever, but is easily accessible. So, as a man, I love you. I got one dick, but you programmed to like 2 dicks. How? How? How are we gonna do this?
I think this is a connection to, you know how when you was young and they used to say, you know, kids always do the shit that you tell them not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes them want to do it more, right? You say, don't touch that, don't touch fire, hot, don't touch it. And he touched that shit anyway, right? It's like that with a woman, right? Her whole life she told that she's supposed to be with one dude, right? So in her mind, she like, well, why can't I have 2? If this guy can have 2, why can't I have 2?
Hey, the thing is, you can't have 2. That's the thing. In this world, you can have 2. You probably already had 2.
You had 20.
If I was all lying around the block, we ain't.
What's that shit? They said whatever body count a woman gives you, you gotta multiply that by 3. Ain't that the shit they say?
I mean, we live in a world, bro, where it's like you could be a certain way and you can have multiple personalities and just, you know, exist in this way and that way and that way. And I know that like God is always giving me a solution to just follow him, because I look at this world, bro. I look at this world and I be like, damn, they can have this shit, bro. They can have it, bro. I don't know parts of it, bro.
Can you? I can't imagine dating in 2024.
I couldn't, bro. I couldn't imagine it, because you gotta like literally break down the difference between the train and the threesome, and I thought I never would have to.
Never. I never thought that was gonna be a conversation, bro. Like,
we comparing 2 pussies to 2 dicks, and I don't think we should be able to do that.
I don't think it's fair.
They're not the same.
They're not the same.
But you know, I'm giving myself margin for error. Feel me? Because I could be out of touch, out of base. You know, I've been called work.
Me too.
But you know, it goes back to the modern pose of it all. You know, everybody got a phone, and on these phones is, you know, all the porn you could ever dream about. You know, and you know, I had to jack off to the fuzz on Cinemax. I had to jack off to the sounds, nigga. It was like a fuzzy screen. All I heard was,
You had the little box with the knob.
The knob. All I could hear was the sounds, nigga. I was like, oh, this was. I had to wait till everybody go to sleep, type shit.
Yo.
So you know, nowadays, you know, a chick can see Mr. Marcus, you know, pipe some shit down, you know, they don't, you know, the brain is fried, you know. Grandma didn't have to see that, you know, grandpa didn't have to see that. So their love was more easier sustained. And so when you talk about divorces ending in 50% or higher, and all of these particular options, I would attribute it to motherfuckers' brains being fried through pornography and being force-fed whole culture. Like, y'all gotta understand, you could meet a girl back in it without cell phones and all of this shit. Niggas was pulling chicks. We was having fun. Niggas was broke. Everybody was broke. Everybody was at the park and skating, and old niggas, it was old people coming together, you know, middle age.
You remember what it was like before niggas had pagers? Like that was the shit. That was the shit before niggas had like electronic devices where they could contact each other. Like that was the shit. You had to go outside to see somebody.
But you still connected. We wasn't isolated. I was outside all day. You know what I mean? Just meeting new people, whatever. But nowadays, kids don't go outside and play. They being force fed something in their brains through these phones. They like niggas is in their phones getting downloaded information on how to be a fucking simp and how to be a fucking hoe. And then motherfuckers try to operate in their relationships being fucking hoes. They ain't even like, don't even got no game. Like, I'm here like, just let me fucking charge that nigga up or something. Like, get some money out that nigga. Like, dudes like, just like, you know what I'm saying? Walk the hoe stroll or something, like, motherfucking buy a mink coat or something. Y'all pimps and hoes anyways. Like, what's happening? You selling yourself to this job. You just out here with no guidance whatsoever. God's so far away from you. And it's like, in this world, it's all going to shit. Hell in a handbasket. Who the fuck y'all listening to if it ain't God? Who's your fucking who's the nigga? Panic done died, nigga. Brother, Bobby Hemmett don't even do videos no more. Lectures, nothing. Who is the nigga that Polite in jail? The other nigga in jail. What's the other nigga?
Rashad Jamal
in jail. Where's okay? Now tell me who we supposed to follow if it ain't God. I thought God let himself know when he put Paulette. All these niggas is in jail or pushing up fucking daisies.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, I thought he let his judgment be known already.
I thought he let it be known. We are not supposed to be following these niggas. Bro, have I not been on that shit for years, bro?
You've been on that shit since I met you, bro.
God is within you, bro. You just not supposed to be following these niggas, listening to these niggas. You got God within yourself. And if you can't hold on to that, what else? Just tell me who the nigga now. What course y'all signed up for? Who the person? And I'm gonna tell you.
These niggas is on the Charleston White train.
Okay, that's the
and the sexy red train. And the sexy red train.
Hell of a life. Hell of a life.
Listen, man. But she performing pregnant. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You knew it was something when they gave Cardi B that interview Joe Biden. What was that about?
Yeah.
Fellas, I got a question. I'm gonna really need y'all to be honest with me down in the comments down below. I ask you guys for something and you get upset. And maybe this don't apply to all of y'all. So if it don't apply, don't sit up there and try to reach hard in the comments just so I can reply to your comments. But when we ask you guys for something and you get upset about it, is it because we're asking for too much? Or is it because you simply can't provide what we're asking for? So let's talk about it.
So those are the only two choices? Those are the only two choices I got?
We'll run it back. It was only 27 seconds.
Fellas, I got a question. I'm going to really need y'all to be honest with me down in the comments down below. I ask you guys for something and you get upset. And maybe this don't apply to all of y'all. So if it don't apply, don't sit up there and try to reach hard in the comments just so I can reply to your comments. But when we ask you guys for something and you get upset about it, is it because we're asking for too much? Or is it because you simply can't provide what we're asking for? So let's talk about it.
You only get two choices.
Yeah, I know I'm a crazy ass nigga, bro. I gotta be retarded, bro, or I'm on the wrong planet or some shit like that. But what give you the fucking audacity to ask me any fucking thing? Like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Don't ask me for shit. You shouldn't ask nobody for shit when you got a strong relationship with God. God done showed you how to fucking braid hair, how to fucking twerk, how to fucking cook hot plates. Hey, what the fuck you gotta ask me to do shit for? You got all of these talents and skills and abilities, in abundance. You bury your talents for what? To meet a nigga to take care of you? Don't ask no man for nothing. Man, when you on your purpose, God gonna put that man right in front of you that's on his purpose, and you gonna be like, damn, thank you, God. He gonna be, thank you, God. Y'all both gonna be like, damn, thank you, God. Damn, you amazing. Damn, you amazing too. Let's just keep living our purpose. Let's keep executing this vision for God. Cause this like imagine 9.9 billion people and I'm on this world thinking about me and what I need. You know we're part of something much larger than ourselves, right?
That is crazy.
And a bitch like, what you gonna do for me? What the fuck? Why would you even think? Why would you even think like that? And it's so normal, bro. It's so normal for people that I just know that I'm a crazy ass, goofy ass nigga. Fellas.
Nah, you're not, bro. You're not.
When we ask you for something, is it because you can't do it or you don't want to do it? What? So I could only
I'm trying to figure out why you asking me anything at all. Like I'm trying to figure out what were you doing before you got to me? Like this is whole culture, this is prostitute culture. And I'm starting to lean more towards, what these brothers in this weird pill community are saying, which is maybe I should just get with a whore right out and ask her what her bills are and tell her I'll take care of those and we just fuck whenever I want to fuck, because what's the difference?
Then you take it a la carte. You might get some pussy for $40. Think about all of the shit you got to pay with your main squeeze. She want to go out to eat. She wants you to get this, get that, get this, get that, get that. If y'all ain't living for the kingdom, she just a hoe. You just giving her money. That's what you do for hoes. Grandma and grandpa, if granddaddy worked, grandma balanced the books. Your shorty not even balancing. Your shorty's like, she
counting your money, but not counting hers.
And the book's not even balanced. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't even know bills and all that shit. Like it's like you can be so in love that the bills is doing the first, and the bitch just be like, "Oh, I just love him so much." But the bills is doing the first. I love this nigga. He's just so amazing. Look, I'm gonna love him so much. He gonna pay the bills. Watch me pour this love into him.
So her response to the bills being due is, I just love him.
Yeah, I'm gonna love this nigga. Watch my love empower him to pay all these bills. I did that. This pussy did. That's where you get the magical pussy syndrome, right? Because now when we say hoes have sex for money, right? But the thing that niggas don't realize when they, have sex with a woman, that, especially say for instance, you take her out to eat, but then she like you, and then you give her sex, or y'all have sex or whatever. She like you. Y'all had sex. Now you owe her something. That's a hoe. You owe her something. You owe her monogamy or something. You owe her something, and she going check you. Like you going to know you owe her something, not immediately, but when she catch your attitude, right? You be like, damn, why you catching that attitude? Because you had sex with her. And she might people can't even verbalize it a lot of times because they don't even understand the spirit that they under, right? Hoeing is a spirit, like prostituting is a spirit. Is one of the first professions, right? The oldest.
First.
That's a spirit, bro. That's something that you got to work with, right? And if you don't work with that spirit, it's going to take you over. So they basically saying that it's one of the most ancient professions in the world, right? Mm-hmm. But do you know that there are farmer gods? Do you know that there are hunter gods, shepherd gods? Let's look up Diana, right? Diana, goddess. Look what she is the goddess of. Diana is the goddess primarily considered a patroness of the countryside, nature, hunters, wildlife, childbirth, crossroads, night, and the moon. She is equated with the Greek goddess Artemis, right? So if spirits can be connected to nature's hunters and wildlife, right? I'm just showing you a train of thought real quick. Then why do you think that a spirit is not attached to this profession? Y'all like, and it's so crazy because this spirit is so like, it's like niggas don't understand spirits. First of all, right? A spirit is why your chick might wear a weave. That's a spirit. That's because it'd be like every girl that you see in every city wearing wigs, because it's a spirit, and the spirit will come and it'll go, and it'll be different types of spirits, but it's all spirits. Because
that has to be a spirit, because that's $1 billion industry.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's a reason that people make a lot of fucking money, right? You just don't just wake up, right, and just be like, all right, I want to make money. Everybody want to do that. You really want to make money? You start working with God. You start working with spirits, and then that spirit going to help your farm out. Like you ain't never knew what corn was. And the first motherfucker that figured out corn, they still worship corn to this day in Mesoamerica, nigga. They still do for that shit, because that's how groundbreaking it was. Niggas was offering shit to some entity, and it created corn. Corn is a spirit, nigga. Corn is in everything you fucking eat. Cut it out. Everything. You think corn syrup, everything. That's a spirit. But if you, the natural human person gonna just look at shit like, oh, whatever, I just like this nigga, I just want this nigga. But this is Generation Z and Generation Alpha. They have been raised by the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been raised by visuals.
And this make me think about American Gods, right? And what was the girl's name? Belquise.
Oh yes, Belquise. When she put the dudes in her pussy.
Yeah. But she was getting niggas. She was getting niggas through the tech. Like she was meeting niggas on the phone. She was like, niggas would hit her on the app, and she would link up with them and suck their souls. But what was Belquise? Belquise was a hoe, wasn't she?
Sacred whore.
She was meeting niggas at a hotel room, random niggas, and having sex for money. But she was an ancient goddess. Listen, she was an ancient goddess of love, right? But that worship she inspired in Eris long gone. So I'm just saying these, like, this is an analogy. These spirits, they come for your fucking soul, bro, and they want you to do certain shit. And all of the shit that they want you to do, like, what the fuck? You gonna make money? You think money gonna make you happy? No. God gonna make you happy. Your relationship gonna make you happy. God created you. You're gonna create children through your relationship, just like God. And this cycle keeps going. But in that, you can raise your family to be something. Your relationship can be something. Your business can be something through the love that you created through following God. How you gonna do that outside of the? How you gonna do that with your ego? Right?
How much of this you think has to do with the fact that this generation and the last generation has probably been fucking scared to death about all of the war stories, about all the bad relationships that preceded them? You know, like single parent homes, women that used to get their ass beat, daddy that's a Rolling Stone, you know, he got kids in every building in the projects. Like, how many of these stories or how many of these trauma built situations you think has trickled down to this generation to make them feel like, yeah, it's just all about me and all about whatever I can get as soon as I can get it, because this shit over anyway? Do you think it's like a psychological thing within them that they just think that this is all they're supposed to do anyway?
I mean, at a general mass level, I think that it's a plan put in place to just break up the black family. Like, it's an aggressive attack. So you can fall in love, right, with a woman, and don't have to be a black woman per se, right? You could be a black man, right? Whatever, it don't matter. You can be a black woman, fall in love with a fucking Chinese nigga. It don't matter. You representing that Atlantean gene, they know that your power is in love, right? They know your power is in realizing that you are the true descendants of Abraham. They know that you are the real Jews. And they know that God is they know that God is not money. They know, because they created money. They know God is not material, because they make material. They make the material. So they know that God is never in that. They know that God is in something that they can't create. And that is the black male's magnetism and the black woman's ability to be his perfect helpmate. That's in the, but the disease of women is that they do not want to help under no circumstance. So you, as a man, have to first make sure that you're connected to God, right? And that's your responsibility. Because a woman is gonna not like you. She's gonna be unhappy. She's gonna say you're boring. She's gonna say you're ugly. She's gonna say you're broke. She's gonna say you don't take care of the kids. She's gonna say you work too much. She's gonna say you don't work enough. She's gonna say you're breathing. She's gonna say you're dead. You're never gonna satisfy her. So as a man, your only goal is to connect to God, because in that space, you can't really control how people gonna love you or not love you. But I think that gives you a framework to operate in this world where there is no real framework, and it'll at least protect you from, you know, being fucked up out here and choosing the wrong person. Because if you can just really get into your space and really get into your vibe, you'll know when somebody throwing you off. Like, God is always going to show you who's in your corner, who's not in your corner. And 10 times out of 10, the bitch that's the person that's not in your corner is the woman you chose with your ego. And that's sometimes your wife, sometimes it's your girlfriend, sometimes it's the one you love the most. But since you don't follow God, you're not gonna attract the woman that's gonna follow God. It just don't work like that. You don't just magically find it.
Yeah, you don't just luck into those. Which is the reason why I guess, you know, love is rare, right? Like, the idea of two people who truly love each other and really are with one another, want to be with one another. That's a rare occurrence, man. Like that should be one of the intents or ultimate goals, but I think it's such a rare occurrence that we live in a society that is predominated off of choosing lust and calling it love. And then on the flip side, we have this identity crisis where we equate value with materialistic endeavors, how much we can accumulate, and based on how much we can accumulate and how fast we can accumulate it, that determines the type of love that we are getting. Like, it's fucking weird. It's
it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out good for you. I'll say that.
7 things that men do to upset women. Number 1, lie. Number 2, be honest. Number 3, not talk. Number 4, talk too much. Number 5, not show emotions. Number 6, be too emotional. And number 7, breathe.
That was too good.
7 things that men do to upset women. Number 1, lie. Number 2, be honest. Number 3, not talk. Number 4, talk too much. Number 5, not show emotions. Number 6, be too emotional. And number 7, breathe.
You gotta be clairvoyant with these bitches nowadays. Like you
Like when you really get a real relationship, because there's 2 types of relationships, right? That's one thing, right? It's a relationship that you could just get, right? And then there's a relationship that you really, really want, right? If you get a relationship that you really, really want, you gotta have a relationship with God, because that bitch is putting a gun to your neck every single day, like in one way or another. Like it just kind of like it's just the underlying spirit. Like the spirit is demonic, bro. The spirit is demonic, and it wants to ruin your peace as a black man. Like it don't want you to succeed. It don't want you to be happy. And the problem is that people don't understand spirits, and they really go for it, right? They just like a fucking child, right? They're just gonna go outside and just ride his bike in the middle of the street, and then I thought you loved me. I did love you, but the spirit have overtook my mind and possessed my mind, and now I'm no longer the person that you once. All that shit I told you. This is the thing, right? Say for instance, say for instance, you're not following God, right? But you trying to bring order into your relationship, and you say, "Babe, I want you to do this," and she say, "Okay, babe, I'm gonna do this." The next day, you say, "Babe, you didn't do this." "Yeah, I didn't do it." What you gonna do? Hit her? Be mad? Yell? Fight?
You gonna leave?
You gonna leave? The bitch said she ain't want to do it. What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna have to eat that shit. Because God is not in your relationship. God is not in your life. Whenever you ask your wife to do something, she gonna look at you like, "Sure, I'll do it." She don't care. She like, maybe or may not. Because you just a nigga. And you just a nigga because when you walk in the house, you like, "Oh, here come this nigga." Hey,
how
babe,
does she greet you?
Hey,
you
babe,
can usually tell you can usually tell the way they greet each other. You can usually tell. You come in the crib and she's just like, she give you the head nod.
Yeah. Because once again, like imagine you. This is like, think about this shit though. Think about this shit, right? Think about this shit. How long you gonna work at your job as being an engineer, right? How long you gonna work there? Maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, right? You're gonna work at your job as an engineer. But you got that job as an engineer working for 20 years. How long you go to school for that job? 4, 5, 6? You got trained for that job. Extensive training for that job. You get with a bitch that like you, bro. How long she trained to be married to you? How long y'all gonna be married for? You want to be married for 20 years? See, the difference between a successful marriage and a fucked up marriage is a husband and a wife that's trained to be husband and wife. If you've never been trained to be husband and wife, that's like getting a job and being an engineer somewhere with no fucking training. All right, we got a bridge collapsed on the highway. Go on here, Strang, fix it. Oh shit.
That's like you lying on your resume to get the engineering job, knowing damn well you ain't getting no fucking training for that engineering job. And then they give you all the equipment and sitting you out on the motherfucking job. You get to the job and you're like, shh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here, but I got the job.
I got the job. I got the bread. I got the bread. But then the roads is all collapsed. The shit's all topsy-turvy. You didn't fucking train for the job. The Bible have instruction. Well, I don't like the Bible. I don't get into the Bible. But then fucking ruin your fucking life then. Fuck? It's 500 million YouTube channels. Why would I give a fuck if you ruin your life? You don't even want to help your nigga be the best version of himself. You don't want to help him.
You just want to sit back and wait for an opportunity to judge him more.
No, you want a soft life. That's what you want. You want a soft, easy life. But you don't want to help your nigga give you a soft, easy life. Do you hear yourself? Because the nigga is then like, because this is the thing, like as a man, and I think we really need to like really understand that woman is not an extension of you. So if you marry a girl, like a girl, want a girl, that's not gonna like you. If she wants to use her body or give her body to another man, she's gonna do that. And as a man, it's gonna fucking kill you,
destroy you.
It's gonna destroy you. Like imagine being with a girl, right? And I know I got some exes. It's late night too. What time is this? Oh, they getting pounded the fuck out right now.
Yep. 150 is almost the devil's hour, nigga.
They get pounded. Right?
It's almost the devil's hour, nigga. Like they getting it in right now. They regular man and went to bed, like, you know.
That shit would destroy me. But that wasn't never equally yoked.
No. I learned that the hard way too, bro. Like when that shit destroyed me, like I learned it the hard way too. Like I was a lesson that I was deemed to learn. That was my rites of passage right there. I had to go through that because there was no God in my relationship. There was no God in my life.
Facts.
And the only thing I thought was, I was doing was projecting my God force energy onto her and just assuming things would just fall into place. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, and that right there, bro, that's gonna ruin anybody's life. And that's just the normal spirit of destruction. The spirit of destruction is very nice at first, you know, and then it just turns around and ruins your life. And it's gonna teach you a lot. And I feel like we're gonna have more conversations like this, but I just kind of just wanted to like get some shit off my chest on the late night. I couldn't really sleep. But yeah, bro. Thanks for rocking with me.
Absolutely, yo.
Nearly 2-hour drink. You feel me?
Fuck yeah.
Giving some real game and some real conversation in this world. Like this internet shit, this world, everything is like, it ain't supposed to be good, I imagine. But it's a lot of chaos. So with chaos comes order. So make sure you bring an order into your life, into your home. Just take a step back, man. take a step
Right.
back, re-examine things. What's your closing word?
Take a real true assessment of a real evaluation of your situation and be honest with yourself, bro. You can't be honest with yourself. Ain't nobody else gonna be honest with you. And purity and intention should be your shit. And get that higher power in your life. Like I don't, whatever it is, bro. Like it ain't gotta, whatever it is, you gotta have that higher power in your life. You gotta have that for yourself. Because when you don't have anything else, that is still gonna be there.
Yeah, man. For sure, bro. Thanks for rocking with me. Thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, all that. And I will catch y'all on the flip side, man.
Yes, sir. Initiates will be up at the end of the week, so we'll see y'all soon again.
We need to do something, man. Get the initiates together, my guy, so we can do something official. Feel me?
Absolutely.
All right, bro. I'll see you on the flip.
Bro. Peace.
Peace.